If you're new to the channel, welcome. We sit around and watch me listen to mostly country music. It's all new to me. Welcome to my country music journey. Gunfighter, Ballads, and Trail Songs is an iconic album in the realm of country music. It was released in 1959. Its significance lies in several aspects. This particular album stands out for its narrative storytelling, particularly focusing on tales of the Old West, gunfighters, outlaws, and the frontier lifestyle. Marty had a knack for vividly portraying characters and events through his songs, effectively immersing listeners in the world of the Wild West. Gunfighter Ballads helped to popularize cowboy music and Western theme songs among mainstream audiences. The album tapped into the American fascination with the romanticized imagery of the Wild West, which was particularly prevalent in the late 1950s and early 1960s. So this album is definitely rooted in country music. The album also appealed to a wider audience beyond traditional country music fans. Its storytelling quality and catchy melodies attracted listeners from various backgrounds, contributing to its immense commercial success. This album contains several hit songs, including El Paso, which became one of Robbins' signature songs and a country music classic. Here is Big Iron, the #1 track on this iconic album.
To the town of our Frio rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron, when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. To the town of our Frio rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.
Big Iron, love the title. Texas Red had no idea what he was in for. He didn't know who he was up against. 20 kills, 20, big iron on his hip. I can definitely appreciate how these songs, these classic cowboy songs, help to define a subgenre. I listen to this stuff and I am on the back of a horse with a big iron on my hip. Marty's voice here is masterful as usual. There's a clarity in his vision and his voice that is totally satisfying. An incredible, iconic song. I absolutely loved it.
Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona, ranger wouldn't be too long in town.